is in the form of solvent, and in the same manner second, dry developer, it is in the form of powder. You can just apply the developer in the form of liquid, that is wet developer, and the second, that is powder, you can just sprinkle the powder on the surface of that material. While sprinkling that powder on the surface of that material, the penetrate inside the cracks comes out. The penetrant inside the plates cracks comes out, that means bleed out from that, which just represents the defect present on that surface. While applying developer, after applying that developer, you can see that the picture of that developer. When you are just applying the developer, the liquid penetrant is bleeding out from that crack. The solid piece or specimen, you can see that in that picture where developer is applied and liquid penetrant is coming out from that material. Inspection. After going through these processes, the first process was of cleaning process, the second one was of just applying the penetrant on it, the third one was again cleaning of excess penetrant, and the fourth one was developer, that means developing. By applying developer, you can just bleed out the liquid penetrate from the cracks. In inspection, you have to inspect where are the cracks present. Inspection can be done by the exposure of normal light or ultraviolet light. That means you have to keep the material underneath the exposure of light. There are two types of light which are being used. One is normal light, and in comparison to that, ultraviolet light. When you are applying the liquid penetrant, that means dyes are added in it, and while applying developer, the dyes are bleeding out from it. When dyes are present on the cracks, suppose it is a color dye, it will represent the color foam on the crack, and that color will represent the crack present in that material or of the test specimen. Just what you have to do is just keep this material underneath the normal light, and you will just observe the material in which defects are being present while color. But if you are using another type of dye, that is fluorescent dye, then that fluorescent dye, if it is present on it, then you have to use ultraviolet light to test that material. Ultraviolet light is used so that fluorescent dye will just highlight the cracks on the surface. So these are the some procedures to inspect liquid, to inspect that material by using liquid penetrant. You can see the second portion, the right portion on the picture, that is representing the pinkish portion which represents the defect present on the surface, and in the same manner you can see types of defects which can be indicated in a type of foam. You can see three types of defects. First of all, A is cold crack, the second one is called shut crack, and the third, C, is porosity. You can see the line like defect, that is cold crack. The dotted line represent the pattern of the defect when dyes are being highlighted on the surface, which represents that defects are present on that surface. And in the same manner, if porosity is present on that material, or if the material is porous, then it could be look like in the picture, which you can see in the picture. So these are the types of or the basic steps in which we can test the material. The first one is cleaning process or the cleaning of the surface. The second one is application of dye penetrants. The third one is cleaning of excess penetrant. The fourth one is to apply developer, and the fifth one is inspection. Okay, the question arising in your mind is, if this material is being tested with NDT, that is by using liquid penetrant method, what are the advantages of that material? What are the advantages of that method? The first advantage, two types of indications. Actually, when you will observe the indications, there will be two types: true indication and false indication. True indication indicates the dyes which are present on the surface, but false indication just represents that this is the excess amount of dyes or the welding materials or the welded portion in which the dyes are being gathered, and that is the false type of indication. There are two types of indication. One is true indication, true type indication, and the second one is false type indication, which does not, the false type indication does not represents the defects on the material, and in the same manner true type indication represents the defect on that material. So from that, if we are finding the advantages of this method, let us check the advantages. You can see that it is one of the cheap and simplest method. First of all, by using liquid penetrant method, this method is very cheap, and in comparison to that, it is the simplest method to just find out the defect present on the surface. The second thing is, you can test any type of material. That means whether the material is ferrous, whether the material is non-ferrous, as well as non-magnetic materials are also, non-magnetic metals can also be tested with the help of this method. So this is the second advantage. The first advantage is the method is very simple to apply, that it can be tested, the material can be tested. In the same manner, the second one is you can test ferrous, non-ferrous, as well as non-magnetic metals. You can test this type of metals. The third one is one of the excellent method for testing whether material is porosity, material is having porosity, welding inclusion in stainless steel or brass. That means two types, porosity as well as welding inclusions in stainless steel or brass, etc. materials are being tested having the defect like porosity as well as welding inclusions. So these were the some of the advantages which let us go forward to just test the material with the help of liquid penetrant. Let us go to the disadvantage. It cannot be used to detect subsurface discontinuities. So this was one of the disadvantage of this method. In comparison to that, there is more advantage to test the material with the help of liquid penetrant. Now we are going forward to another method of NDT, with the help of which we can just test the material while using ultrasonic waves by non-destruction. That is, no damage is caused while detecting the material. The first one, let us start with ultrasonic inspection method. The pulse ecosystem, it is most widely used ultrasonic test. In this, a type of transducer is used. When alternating voltages are applied to transducers just convert that into an ultrasound or ultrasonic waves, and that waves are being passed through that material to test with the help of ultrasonic waves, and hence it could be called ultrasonic inspection, or we can inspect that material by using ultrasonic waves. Defects can be highlighted on CRO. We can detect that defect in an output. That means ultrasonic waves are having one property. That means it can travel far in a medium and it will only reflect back. It will only reflect back when from an obstacle. That means from one end, if we are passing ultrasonic waves in a material, it will just reflect back from the bottom surfaces of that material. We can use that transducer again as a receiver which receives the ultrasonic waves and converts it into an electronic signal, which is just amplified and sent to CRO. And in that CRO, we will just observe that waveform and we can trace that defect inside it. First of all, let us check the diagram of that. You can see the test specimen, a cube like structure or any type of metal. Just think that that is a metal. The blue portion represents the ultrasonic transducer. You know that transducer converts one form of energy into another, and it is just connected to CRO with the help of coaxial cable. You can see that cable portion which is going through CRO and the amplifier's amplification section. We are just observing two things, that is the blue portion is transducer and the light blue section is the specimen which is being inspected with the help of ultrasonic waves. Through the cable, when alternating voltages are applied, it just converts that signal into ultrasonic waves, and you can see that waves in a dotted line, you can see that in a form of dotted lines, that dotted lines are traveling to the bottom and it reflects back and it is received by the transducer. It is received by the transducer. And in the same manner, you can see the red portion. Suppose that transducer in the form of probe can be rotated on the specimen or can be moved on the specimen. When that ultrasonic waves are colliding with the obstacle known as flow, that is the defect present inside on the material, the ultrasonic waves will revert back from the flow and it will be received by the transducer and the signal will be sent. So let us draw the first of all waveform. I am drawing a particular waveform in which you can observe how we can find the defect, on in the output. Let us see. I am drawing a particular type of waveform which is being observed in the output. You can see the square waveform which are being observed on a CRO screen. You can see that the thing I am drawing, this represents a pip. It is called a trace. The first one is A, and in the same manner the second one is represented as B. And if we measure the distance between both of them, if the material is having a flow, then a small peep highlights on the CRO screen. And if we measure the distance between the transmitted, this A is the transmitted wave and B is the reflected wave. That means A and B are the reflected wave, and if we name this small as a D, then this small peep represents the defect on the CRO screen. A, B and D. A is the transmitted waves, B is the reflected waves, and in the same manner D represents the small defect present underneath that surface on the material or inside the material. That means if we define the distance between A and B, we can also define the location as well as the perfect size of that material with the help of this. So this was the output of that. In the same manner, you can see that a slab-like structure, which is a material, a coaxial cable, a quartz crystal, through a coaxial cable, when alternating voltages are applied, the transducer converts that into that electronic signal is converted into ultrasonic waves and pass through that material. You can see that ultrasonic waves passing through that material and just colliding through that edges, and it is reverting back to the transducer. That transducer receives the signal and just convert it into an electronic signal and just shows you the waveform through which you can detect the defect inside by this ultrasonic inspection system, that is pulse ecosystem. The thing which we are studying is pulse ecosystem. Let us go through visual display units. This is the second method through which you can just use ultrasonic waves to detect the material. There are three types of visual display units. One is A scan, the another one is B scan, and another one is C scan. A scan means amplitude scan display. B means brightness scan display, and the third one is